Hey guys, this isn't even an intro to the video. I just wanted to throw this in there. There's no real reason as to why I am throwing this in here. No reason at all. I can't think of a reason why, but hopefully you enjoy the video. Hopefully you enjoy that vlog. It's the birthday vlog, guys. What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Ethan. Hope you're having a great day. Welcome back to another video on the channel. And yeah, guys, it's my birthday today, and we're going to play another session at Encore. Last year when I played at MGM, the day after I turned 21, I got quads. So maybe we can get some of that luck and actually run it up. So I haven't actually played in a long time. Also, a quick thing about my birthday, like I don't really like celebrating my birthday, to be honest. I'm just kind of making this video and playing because I want to play, but realistically, it's just another day for me. I don't really love the whole like celebrate my birthday because it's all about me kind of thing. So I feel super weird about that, but mainly it makes a really good clickbait title. So that's why you clicked on this video. Leave a like if that's why. Really do appreciate people who leave likes and comments in the video. It means a ton, and also helps out the whole YouTube algorithm and gets the video seen to more people. But anyways, besides the point, yeah, mainly just using it for clickbait, but you know, hopefully we can run it up too, get some stuff going, because I did get quads last time I played on my birthday at MGM, but yeah, I mean, how I see birthdays is like, I turned 21 last year, now every other birthday after that doesn't really matter too much, I'll be honest. So yeah, let's go play a session, see what's good. It's a Thursday morning, and I'm only gonna play for a little bit. Got dinner at night with the family, so we're gonna do that stuff. But we're gonna I'm gonna fit in a quick session and see how it goes. Let's get to Encore and let's do this thing. I know I said in the last video that I wasn't gonna record it all, but we're doing a little quick thing here. We just got to Encore, sat down at a nice little 1-3 table, and it looks pretty fun. So let's get involved and show off a little view of the whole casino and floor. And yeah, guys, moving forward, I really don't think I could make videos or record myself in the poker room. Just been warned too many times that to shut off the camera. So we're probably gonna have to try to find another spot in here where it's kind of less where it's a little more secretive, I guess, and I'm a little more like covered and people won't see me recording, or I just have to go back home and do all the hand reviews. But let's get into the session. So the first hand we get involved in, we have Ace-10 offsuit in the cutoff, and there's two limpers to me. Here on an active table, Ace-10 in position. It's a hand that I'll raise with and try to play in position. So I raise it up to $18, and we get two callers, a player from the button directly to my left, and one of the limpers. So let's go three ways to a flop of Ace-Jack-6 all spades out there, and action checks to me. Given the fact that I do have top pair, I'm going to charge the max for other spades, so I bet $30. We get one caller on the button, the player to my left, and the limper folds, so we found ourselves out of position now, to a turn heads up. Turns a 7 of clubs, pretty dry card, honestly, and still with my top pair, I think that he's on a draw a lot of the time, and I think I'm going to choose a sizing where if I get raised, then I'm totally out of there. I bet $65, trying to get value once again from spades, and he thinks we're a little bit and ends up raising me to 165. Clearly, when he raises, I'm just easily going to fold this. There's no way that I'm ahead here. So I fold, and he shows king, queen of spades for the flopped nuts, and with the redraw to the royal as well. So he takes it down for sure. I think with my $65 sizing, I certainly can size a little bit lower, but realistically, I mean, I'm comfortable with that sizing. I get value from spades, and like I said, he's going to raise it if he has it. So we found that out pretty quickly. Following in, we have Ace-9 of spades in under the gun +1. I open it up to $15, and we get the player to my left makes the call again, and the middle position player jams for $30 total. There's two calls after that middle position jam in the cutoff and button, and action's back onto me. There is so much money dead in the middle here. I am kind of confused, honestly. As the pre-flop raiser from an early position, I think I can rep a lot of really strong hands and 4-bet ISO here, especially given the amount of dead money, but no one really seemed too strong. The player to my left didn't seem too strong, and the other two didn't seem really strong. Also, the jammer was super, super active, so like I said, like, Ace-9 is a very suspect hand to 4-bet ISO with, but I think it's a very valuable candidate considering the action and considering the dynamics of the table. But as played, I ended up just flatting, and the player to my left flats as well. So we're going to go 5 freaking ways to a flop of 10, 7, 6, 2 diamonds out there. Totally bricked it, unfortunately. Player checks to my left. I check, obviously. The player checks to my left, and he bets $45. Everyone folds. And he takes it down with Queen 10 of spades. The jammer showed King 4 of spades, so all the spades were gone. And realistically, I think a 4-bet there, like results-wise, a 4-bet there would take it down. And honestly, that was my instinct at the table and at the time I was playing this hand. Felt like I could take the aggressive route, ISO, because the jammer just has such a wide range and take down all that dead money and get value. But you know, that's how that hand works. I'm just a huge pussy. Following hand, we are playing little loose this hand because we've been losing and just want to mix things up. So there are 4 limpers to me when I look down at 3-4 of hearts in the cutoff. And I decided to raise it up to $25. It is a suited connector. It's a pretty terrible suited connector, but regardless, suited connector and on a really, really active table, obviously, and I'm in position. Mayhem ensues when the player to my left once again calls. I don't know what it is. He just keeps calling all of my raises. This is the 3rd time in a row that he calls my preflop raise. And we get a small blind who calls, cold calls, and we get 3 of the limpers to call as well. So there is so much in the middle. We're going multied way to a flop of 5, 5, 9, 2 diamonds and a heart out there. So we flop a bunch of backdoor equity, and it's relatively super dry. So I assume that if I'm going to barrel big here, when action checks all the way to me, there's only one way to win this, and it's the bet. There's not a whole lot of 5s, ideally. And I only get called by a 5, and I think 9s are going to have a really hard time continuing given my action. So I assume that given like the table dynamics, how things have gone so far, people are super loose pre-flop, but once they get to the flop, they're pretty tight. So given this board, I can rep all the overpairs in the world and realistically take this down with 1 bet. So I decided to size up to $115. It folds all the way back to the player to my right, and he jams. He covers me. I only had about like $160 in front of me or something like that, but that didn't work. That did not work the way I wanted it to. So obviously, I am not going to call with 4 high on this board. I am not an idiot. I fold, and he shows a 5. Very interesting dynamics. Very, very active. Nice hand to him, but you know, this is definitely a table I want to be at. Unfortunately, the first couple hands did not go my way. Following hand after that, we have Ace-King offsuit in middle position. There's a limper to me. I raise it up to $20, picking a sizing because, like I said, as you guys know, it's a super active table. The player to my left calls. Oh my god, the 4th time in a row. What are you doing calling me? I don't know what's going on, but he keeps calling, so it's fine. I'm at the top of my range here, and the limper calls as well. So we're going to go 3 ways to a flop of King, Queen, 5, 2 diamonds out there. With the Ace of Diamond blocker, I'm going to size up to $35. I'm not going to size too big here. I don't really have to, considering I do block the nut flush draw. So just trying to get value with top. And, well, I get some value because both players make the call. So we're going to go to a turn, which is the 6 of hearts. And the limper checks to me again. And I think I'm going to size up here on the turn now. I am going to probably pick a more polarized range, polarized sizing realistically. Trying to, I mean, given it's 1-3, people call and you bet for value, but I size up to $115 once again. The player to my left tanks for a while here. In this spot, like I can get a lot of value from the Jack 10s of the world, diamond draws, I guess, even though I do block the nut diamond draw. And I can also rep that as well, clearly, and just like look like a bluff, but really go for value. So I like my sizing. The player to my left tank folds. He said he had a king, and obviously the other guy, the limper, folds as well. So we take it down. Finally, we won a hand, and it's like hour 1 of our session. Next hand after that, we have King 10 offsuit in middle position here. There's 1 limper to me, and I decided to just limp the $3. King 10 middle position, you know, it's a hand that I'd like to play and just mix it up sometimes just for fun. So there's 3 limpers to the small blind player who raises it up to $16. Really small raise, and he's out of position, and he seems like a very recreational player. So we get 4 callers because that's just how this table's going. So we're going 4 ways, or 5 ways really, to a flop of a king-9, king rainbow. Flop trips, we have a very mediocre kicker. Don't love seeing that 9 there, because obviously I lose to king-9, but we're feeling really good about this hand, obviously. The small blind ends up leading up for $15. What a sizing. And the big blind makes the call and actions onto me here, realizing that my 10 kicker is just not a good kicker to have. But obviously it's great to have a king. I'm going to slow play this. Granted, there is 1 or 2 players left to act behind me, want to see what they're doing, but there's really no cards that I'm afraid of. And even though I don't like going to a turn very multied way here with trips, I still think I can slow play this in position of the pre-flop raiser and just get value from him. So I call the $15, and sure enough, the cutoff, he raises to $60. $60 raise from him, and there's not a whole lot that he can representing for value here. My 10 is a kicker. Now I'm just really concerned about the 10 as a kicker. Small blind makes the call. I'm not really too worried about him. Probably has like aces or queens. That's about it. He's it's pretty playing his hands pretty face up here, and it folds to me. The big blind gets out of the way. I am left with a decision to make here because effective stack sizes are about $200. The cutoff is about $200 behind, and the small blind has about $150. And really, I thought about all 3 options. I think in this spot, as nitty as it sounds, I think that it was like a 33 split between folding, calling, and jamming here in this spot. There's a lot to kind of think about and dissect here. I have the king. It's fine. It's trips. It's a good hand on this board, but there's not a whole lot that the cutoff's representing, and there's no way he's bluffing in this spot, right? So I didn't think that the real concern was the cutoff, and I don't think that he's really playing. I think he's a solid enough player to not play the king 8 and king 7s of the world. It's really likely that we're probably just chopping with king 10, but if he did limp with king jack or king queen, that's really unfortunate, but it's certainly in his range for sure. So do I really think he's going to overplay his 5 kicker or 7 kicker or 8 kicker, whatever it is? Not really. So I'm left with a decision to make, and at the end of the day, I ended up just flatting the $60. It's the best route to go with. I'm too strong to fold, but I really considered it, honestly, for a while there. So I flat, and we're going 3 ways to a turn, which is the 7 of diamonds. It brings in a backdoor flush draw that I'm honestly not too concerned about. And the small blind ends up leading off for $15 again. What a weird spot. And another decision point for me here is like, what do I do with this $15 bet? You know, it's essentially a check, and I mean, what am I going to do here? At the end of the day, given the action and given mainly how I've been playing recently and how results-oriented I am so far, I have trips. I went with it. I ended up jamming all in, but 200 effective, and the cutoff tanks for a little bit before calling. The small blind gets out of the way, and I show my hand. He shows king jack off, so we're dominated and crushed. The river doesn't help us at all, and we lose that one, and we double up the cutoff, so nice hand by him. But this hand was really interesting. I genuinely thought about folding on the flop, and on the turn, I kind of just said, fuck it. Let's just go with it, because I have trips, and I have a very mediocre kicker, and, you know, that's just how that hand happened. So we're not off to a good start this birthday session. We add on some more money, and we're doing some stuff, so we're looking down at pocket 7s and under the gun +1. I open it up to $15. The player to my left, oh my goodness, he calls. Once again, he's back in the action, calling my pre-flop raises, but let's do it. He calls, and the button calls as well, the player who was the small blind last hand. So we're up 3 ways out of position to a flop of 7, 9, 10 rainbow, flopping bottom set here, and we're loving this board. It's pretty connected, and I can get a lot of value from these players who are kind of call happy. So I'm going to bet 25. I bet 25, not 75. And the player on my left folds, and the button makes the call pretty quickly. So we're going to go to a turn heads up, which is the jack of diamonds. Gross card. It brings in backdoor diamonds and also just kind of completes the 8 for a flush, or I mean for a straight. I'm screwing this up. So really gross card, and just kind of describes how bad I've been running this session. So I check, and luckily he checks it back. So when he checks back this card, I think I'm ahead a lot of the time. Probably has 1 or 2 pair hands that is also afraid of the straight. The river is the 5 of spades and complete brick, so we're going to go for some small value. I think you can call with a 10, honestly, with the middle pair. I'm trying to find a size that he can call with because, you know, I think he can call. I bet $27. I threw out a green chip. I only had 2 white chips in front of me. We're throwing out 27, trying to get a call. He thinks and tanks for a while before making a call with queen 9 offsuit, so we take it down, and he called with middle pair. Hand after that, we have jack 9 of spades in early position. On the gun player, very recreational and active open limps. I am going to raise it up to $18 here, and the small blind is the only caller. I consider him a pretty solid player considering what I saw at the table so far, so we're going to get involved here with him. He's a pretty big stack and covers us. So flop comes jack high. It's jack deuce 3 rainbow. Awesome flop for us, flopping top pair on an insanely wet board, or insanely dry board. So I am going to c-bet $20 here. Really using my image here. I know that he is a pretty solid player and has a good understanding of the game and realizes, like, look, this kid's just super aggro and just c-bets all the time. So especially on this dry board, I'm going to c-bet here because I think he can call very light. And probably ending up going to check call all the way down after if he does call this, because, well, I'm just trying to just keep all his bluffs in range and kind of play this a little bit more on the tricky side. So according to my plan, he calls, so we're probably going to shut down and check call the rest because I think he can try to barrel his way to win if he is calling lights. And with my pair of jacks here, even though it's a 9 kicker, I'm pretty confident that I have the best hand. So we go to a turn heads up, which is the 10 of diamonds, and bringing in another backdoor flush draw. And like I said, going with my plan, I am going to check here, and he throws a bet of $50. I think for a little bit, mainly just kind of Hollywooding. I know I'm calling this all the time, and I decided to make the call. And we go to a river, which is a 3 of spades. Not really the best card in the world as the board does pair, but and also my 9 is no longer a kicker. So, you know, it's not the best card in the world, but it's fine. I check, and he thinks and throws at a bet of $95. It's an easy snap call for me. I put myself in this situation. I'm going to have to call. He announces king high, and we take it down. So I kind of liked how I played this hand. Hand after that, we have queen 8 of clubs on the big blind, and no, I did not raise here. I was forced to play this hand because it's a 4-way limped pot. So we're going to a flop of 8-3-8 rainbow. Pretty good flop for us. So I honestly thought about leading and betting in this spot with trips, but I decided to check, and action checks all the way around. The turn brings us another decent card. It's the case 8. So we got quads, and I don't think I can bet here. Trying to just check raise because the pot is just so small. I decide to check. Middle position player bets $15. The cutoff makes the call, and now we're into raising in value mode. I went for a really small sizing, just playing scared, and didn't want to lose value from other players who are potentially drawing. So I decided to throw out a raise of $15, and only the cutoff makes the call, which is kind of cool. At least we got some action. So we go to a turn, which is a deuce. The hearts don't come, and I just have to go for value. So I bet $45. He quickly makes the fold, but birthday quads once again. Go back to last year's video where I also rivered quads. I think it was an 8. I think I also had quad 8s last year as well, which is kind of crazy. But I got value that hand, and this time no value, but birthday quads, it seems to be a theme. Here I'm on the button with 5-6 of diamonds. There's 2 limpers to the cutoff to my right, and he raises to $10. This player has not raised all session long this whole time. Been playing for about 3 or 4 hours, hasn't raised once, and I've seen him flat with ace king a ton of times. So realizing that he is absolutely at the top of his range when he does raise pre-flop, I decided to still go for it and 3-bet to $35 because I thought the $10 were just too small for me to play with because I am absolutely an idiot. Yeah, I don't know what I'm thinking there, but I just went for the 3 bets, even though I know he's very strong. It folds all the way back to him, and obviously he is going to make the call. So at least we're in position here, and I have a very disguised hand if I do hit. We go to a flop of ace, 7, 8 rainbow with 1 diamond out there. So we flop a gutter and a backdoor flush draw, and he checks to me. I am going to throw out a small bet of $30 here. Even though it's an ace high board, it should really connect my perceived range, and honestly, he can probably fold out all of his jacks and queens of the world, and maybe fold kings to 1-bet. But it's small enough to fold out his pairs lower than the ace, obviously, like jacks, 10s, queens, and we can get that out of the way here. But he ends up raising me, but he only min raises. He min raised to $60, so I can't really do much here, right? I have my gutter ball. I know that he is super strong. He did this last time with ace king on the very second hand that I watched. So he really likes the min raise when he's strong. So realizing I can't really get away ever, and I'm just really trying to bank something here. I make the call, $30, and I just need one time poker gods. It's my birthday. I've been running so bad all session long. Just like, let me bank something here. Let me bank that gutter ball and get some value. So the turn comes, the 7 of spades. Oh my goodness. Thank the Lord. I am such a huge fish. It's crazy. But we get there. We get that gutter ball, and it's the full rainbow, and we're loving life. We don't love it too much, though, because he checks to me. That's fine. Totally okay. We can still get some value. We can still try to get stacks in. We just got to put money in now when we hit our amazing luck box card. God, just that's amazing. Anyways, I bet, trying to find a sizing that I can get called by. I bet $100. He doesn't think for too long before announcing raise. Music to my ears. And what's even more music to my ears is that he announces raise 2 seconds later, all in. Bingo. That is just, thank you. Oh my God. That's like, we snap that off like that. We just snap that off, and we're feeling really, really good about it. The river is the 6 of hearts. So not the best card in the world for me, but I do have the lower end of the straight with a 5, and we are obviously good here. He shows ace king, I show my 5-6. I am an absolute luck box, and we take it down. Take down a monster pot, and we take a monster pot, and we go to a little mid-session update now. Guys, the live reactions. I just walked out of the table, walked so far out, no, not that far, but far enough out of the poker room where I'm outside now in this little balcony area, and I had to give some live reactions to that last hand. That's like one time. I called that raise one time, needed that hand, needed that 7 to bink out there on the turn, and oh my God, we needed it. I was like I'm running so bad. That first hour, dude, like that was insane. The first like 5 hands I went over in this video, that happened in an hour and a half, and just ran so bad. So right now I'm in for 800. Right now I have about like 11-ish hundred in front of me, a little bit over that. So I lost a few hands after the fact, but had to step outside and just give my live reactions. That was bananas. We needed that, and it came through, and we got paid. So we're running hot, we're running really well. I don't even know what to clickbait in this title. I got quads that like a little bit earlier before. There's no value in that. and I hit that that gutter ball to actually stack up. So don't know what I'm gonna clickbait. You guys will know already, but I can either clickbait the quads or clickbait the huge gutter ball that I hit. But regardless, birthday run good in full effect right now. I only have about an hour and a half left to play before I have to head out to dinner plans. Unfortunately, the table's pretty good, so let's get back in there and run it up a little bit more, and let's book out a win. So unfortunately wasn't able to play any interesting hands when I recorded that mid-session update, but just cashed out and didn't really play for too long actually. Some notable stuff that happened from in between the mid-session update to me cashing out. I folded ace-queen offsuit to a under-the-gun straddler, to a 3-bet from the under-the-gun straddler. It was very interesting. I don't know. Also, it was Vu. Shout out to you. You watched the videos. Folded ace-queen off. Didn't really feel good about it, and I felt like a real bitch for folding that pre-flop. But this guy, individual, didn't see him 3-bet the entire session, and we've been playing for about 4 hours or so. So that's why I just didn't really feel too great about that. But anyways, wrapped up the session. Other big hands in between that. Picked up kings under the gun. Raised pre and got one caller, took it down with a c-bet, but besides that, not a whole lot of interesting news. I ended up actually being in for the game more than I thought I was. I lied. I said that I was in the game for 800, but actually I was in the game for 900 because I stink. But regardless, we found a way to book a profit of $229, in for 900, out for 1129, so I mean, it worked out, I guess. It was a really brutal first hour, first couple hands there, but we managed to book out a win, and you know, let's on to, I guess, the night activities of whatever the hell I'm doing for my birthday. I kind of just want to play some Fortnite and whatever, and also I might be making some Fortnite videos on my other channel. We'll see. Just a little teaser, just things off the top of my head. I have a gaming channel that I used to run, but anyways guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.